and she goes on rolling down the river. She takes you to your new home and you go with her down the muddy river. She teaches you a new song, la 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 la
Alright, another one in the Acid Archives Diaries today. I'm seeking a thread. Dom. I'm going to talk about a folk artist, I guess a freak folk artist, not a term I really prefer, but I guess he really kind of qualifies. Edis Sku, an interesting story here. This is on the ESP label, 1968, and the title of the record is not really on here, but it's Ask the Unicorn, which is what it would be known in reissue form. Ask the Unicorn is the final track on the record. And Edis Sku, as you're hearing in the background, he's playing what sounds a little bit like a mandolin, but it's actually a tipple, which is a Colombian, it's a Spanish instrument, similar, a 12-string Spanish instrument that, like I said, similar to the mandolin. It's 12 strings, and it originates from Colombia. Yeah. And Edis Sku, he was at Yale, and was sort of, I guess, an artist, I think sculpture. And somehow he started writing poetry, I think, or writing, just working on writing. And he saw this instrument at a music store and was able to get it for very inexpensive. And he moved to New York and started writing songs, and somehow got himself a deal with ESP-Disk, and made this record. It's all just solo Edis Sku with the tipple. I'm not sure actually how you pronounce it, if it's tipple or tipple, or tiple. But it is in Spanish, essentially. It's a Spanish 12-string mandolin, I guess, but like I said, it's based in Colombia. And it's all of this sort of whimsical material, you can see with the titles. Edis Sku made this one record, really nothing happened with it. But he never really stopped making music, and in the 90s and early aughts, he came back hard and started making more music. And to this day, he has got so much self-released music on Bandcamp. Most of it's digital, but he became a big adapter of digital music. And Drag City has issued some of his records, some of his new music. They've issued archival recordings, as has the Diaries label. But mainly Askew is issuing stuff on his own. However, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this 1968 record, which is a fairly straightforward record. Askew sort of singing in that nasally voice, which I guess isn't for everyone, but it's a unique sound, and I do find it to be quite beautiful, honestly. But I could see some not liking this, just getting over his trying to get into his vocal maybe won't work out, but certainly fits in the Acid Archives model. It's not really psychedelic at all. It's just Askew singing sort of these poetic, sort of strange tales about fantasy and mysticism, but very much a hippie vibe on some of these records too, or some of these songs too. May Blossoms Be Praised, Love Is Everyone, Ask the Unicorn, of course, that's the title of this. ESP-Disk 1968. So, listen to it for a second. I'll pull up the Acid Archives, and we'll read the entry on it. But yeah, he's been celebrated in recent years. I mean, people like Devendra Banhart. If you know the artist out of Sweden, I believe it's Sweden, yeah, Tallest Man on Earth. very much takes a lot of influence from Edis Sku, or at least just in his vocal. You know, having that scratchy, nasally voice, and just the fact that he's doing solo guitar music. So, yeah, I mean, in some of the tallest men on earth records I've heard certainly are akin to this. But check out Edis Sku's Bandcamp. Support him if you can. Check out his music. And yeah, this one is not terribly expensive. It doesn't really come down in price. I mean, there's not a huge demand for it, but you don't really see it for cheap or anything. It's around a $75 record, I think. So the Acid Archives says what? I guess it's under A. No, I did not. I don't like to bookmark these. Why? I don't know why. It's fun to find them and do it in real time. The Art of Loving. Edis Sku, 1968. It's a rarity 1. There was a CD from Germany. 2005 press. Anyway. Here we go. This is A.M. Aaron Molensky, I believe. Aaron Molensky. This is a unique acid folk item, even by ESP standards. Askew plays the tipal, an acoustic instrument in the same world as the mandolin, dulcimer, and autoharp. The effect isn't a whole lot different from guitar and voice, but it's just exotic enough to have curiosity value. The instrument takes a lot of energy to play, and the effort gives Askew a strained vocal style that actually gives his music an appealing edge. The songs are odd enough, and good enough, to keep the listener's interest despite the sparse arrangements. The lyrics are quirky and occasional mystical, but quite effective and affecting. Askew has a bizarre sense of romanticism that fits his street poet mentality. Supposedly, some of these lyrics address his homosexuality, making him way ahead of his time. He does so, though, in such abstractions that the words can be interpreted in other ways. Like all purely solo albums, after 43 minutes, there's a sameness to this, but this really is one of the best albums of its type, and is recommended highly to fans of loader folk and oddball singer-songwriters. So yeah, because it is this style, or this sort of format the whole time through, maybe recommended to listen to a side and then go to something else and then play the other side later. But still, a real interesting freak folk record that's of the, you know, in the psychedelic era, of course. There is what we have today on the Acid Archives Diaries. See ya.